Oh, it's a Christmas song.
I'm not gonna lie, all I can think of is Dream Suite in C minor, but it's not that.
Oh,
This has so many songs on it, just like I Saw Mommy Kissing Santa Claus, but you can make the cat sing it. Anyway, that's how we opened the podcast. They hear that.
oh.
I love it.
All right, that was now that I didn't have to tell them what it is. This is the Yamaha PSS7 toy keyboard that I found for $5 at a hobby
All the
shop,
best
whatever.
keyboards could be found for $5 or for $5 at a Goodwill. That's just what I know. Go to your local Goodwill. Look for the most piss-stained keyboard you can find. That will be the best one.
Yes.
They'll probably charge you about $2, maybe $3. It's Goodwill after all.
And you'll know it's something good because it got sold by some like grieving mother whose son died.
That still makes me think of the dude that found a
Got the
whole
soul of the
fursuit at
sun in the
Goodwill.
keyboard.
All right, we're gonna jump right in.
Let's just jump into it.
Let's some beautiful bastards. Fancy. We'll start with you.
What?
What have you been playing?
Mortal Kombat, Power World, Fortnite.
I bet that's gonna be someone's news.
Podcast game.
That's right. It get called out.
It's not mine.
There's
There's not enough information on it for it to be.
I think that's all I can remember. Yeah.
Wulfryk, what'd you play?
Well, aside from the podcast game, I've played a little bit of Factorio, because, as you know, automation is beautiful. Just Crow Things,
Ooh,
Mecha Knights, Space Marine 2,
Oh, Space Marine. I forgot about that.
Warframe,
I
and
wasn't invited
the
to that party.
finales.
No.
Also, What the Car.
What the car? I wasn't invited to the Space Marine party.
I mean, you could be.
No, I
I
don't
want
buy
that
it.
game, but
You are welcome to join anytime, brother.
I don't want to spend money.
Join me, brother.
I do want to spend money on it.
Brother,
just don't
I
have
am
the money to
Peter.
spend.
I would spend money on it for both of you, but I may not be employed much longer, so I'm not doing that.
What kind of a game is it?
Third-person shooter, mission-based.
I've heard people compare it to Gears of War.
It does feel very Gears of War.
That's a series I have never touched.
I've also never touched Gears of War.
But without the cover aspect. No cover shooting.
I just know that there's a man named Marcus and there's a chainsaw gun.
Well, in this case, it's a chain sword.
And I know because of the new game coming out, E-Day is the day that like the world fell apart, and that's all I know.
Yeah, during the news segment, I have I have a choice to make. One of them does involve that game, so
Gears or Space Marine?
Space Marine.
Space Marines. Elaine, what are you playing?
I've been playing a lot of Dragon's Dogma 2, Persona 5. I've been playing the finals, a little bit of Helldivers, and some VR chat.
Are you going to get the PS4 or PS4 Pro? PS5 Pro?
Not in a million years.
What? But Dragon's Dogma 2 was PS5 enhanced.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
boy.
like I don't need better specs to run DD2. Like people were complaining a lot about DD2 like on launch, and I remember my PS5 not having any issues with it whatsoever since day one.
But it
so
would look better.
it already looks fucking fantastic. I don't need it.
But it would look better.
Yeah,
It
but
looks
she
phenomenal.
could just make her computer better with that kind of money.
See, that's the thing. You could get a banger computer for the same price.
Yeah, it's like this game already absolutely fucks. So it's like, what would even slightly be better in this circumstance?
PS6 Pro.
But
Oh,
also like $800, $800 or $900 for something that I like at that price. I'm buying a PC. You know what I mean?
Honestly,
like,
I'm gonna get the Nintendo Play Cube 5 Pro.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's gonna be my console.
This is my grandma.
you know, I think I'll buy that new Alienware console. It looks like it's got a future.
I'm all in on the Stadia, baby.
You got...
Okay,
I don't even remember
Markiplier.
what even happened with the Alienware console. Did anybody even buy it?
Did Alienware ever finish making it?
So
I don't know.
No, so you're forgetting exactly what the Alienware console is.
Yes.
Yes,
It's a Steam machine. That's still a thing.
really.
I have the
Oh.
Steam Deck. I already have a Steam machine.
But before they did that, they had Steam machines.
That's dumb.
Huh.
The Steam machine is just a console that had Steam on it.
That's dumb.
So you could play all your, but it used your same account, so you could play all of your PC games on your TV.
It is a little silly, but I guess there is probably a market for that, for especially people who want
These
to play
came
on
out way
controller.
before these portable PCs were possible. Like, I don't know. That's why Big Picture Mode exists, is for Steam machines.
Huh.
You sure? Because it only activates when I'm doing anything other than what I want to be doing.
That is why it activates when you have a controller connected, especially.
It only activates when I bring up my VR headset.
That's funny.
I
It's
constantly have a controller plugged in.
it's supposed to make using a controller easier to navigate.
It
Steam.
doesn't. It doesn't.
Well, that's what it's meant for. I'm just telling you what it's meant for. Right? I'm just don't shoot the messenger.
I'm just the
right?
messenger.
Well, I'm not attacking you. I'm
I
just
am
letting you
shooting
know.
the messenger. Fuck you, Dusty. What? How dare you explain this to us?
It turns
Fucker.
Steam into like the Xbox One homepage.
Admittedly,
I actually
I
hate
could
that whole page.
I could see it being good for the idea of like having a console whose entire storage is dedicated to my Steam page would be nice, actually. But it's like,
Well, you're 10 years too late.
why would I want to buy a thing? Like, how expensive was the Alienware box?
Let me look.
Because like, also, I imagine they haven't aged very well. And also, I just remembered, part of the appeal of a lot of my Steam games is that I can mod them. That's why I want to play a PC game, so that I can mod it. If it's single player, of course.
Does anyone just
Or-
grab their cat's face?
Yes.
Yes. Gretel loves it. Gretel gets this crazy look in her eye and starts trying to rub her face against my hand.
Parker just sits here and purrs while I do like the brain sucker thing on his head.
Okay. So
Oh man, you just reminded me of the worst enemies in Bloodborne.
all right. So the Alienware Steam machine was as much as a PS5.
Like an old one?
No, like it's
Like the
400.
normal ones?
When it was new, it was $450.
Okay. That's actually still kind of like, if it's got good specs in it for a console for its time, that actually is not.
I mean, honestly,
it was
the-
released in 2015. So like for the same price, you could have gotten a PS4.
Yeah.
Steam also made them though. What's the Steam machine? Steam machine.
Oh boy.
Yeah, we got on a little bit of a tangent here.
Well, you're the one that did it.
Your mom.
This is your tangent. All right.
Your mom.
What about her?
Oh no.
The Alienware one was the cheapest, which is a problem because it's Alien. Oops.
Imagine getting undercut by Alienware.
Asus, why were you trying to sell one for $700+? What is wrong with you?
It's like buying a Toyota Corolla, but finding out that some like, oh god, what's like a luxury brand like Lamborghini? I don't know. One of them makes like a regular shitbox car that's just infinitely cheaper, but better.
Fucking Aston Martin with all of their like $200,000 DB12s or whatever the fuck is out now. On the same lot, there's just a 4-door sedan that's like $1,200, and it's the best fucking family vehicle out right now. Holy shit! I say that actually kind of happened.
That's beautiful.
And that's because for a little while there, Ford owned them. So the Ford Fusion of the time kind of, or I think it was either the Fusion or the Taurus, looked kind of like one because they had the designers of Aston Martin work on it. So it looked like a rip-off Aston Martin, but it was just a Ford.
Oh, you got him started on cars.
Dad, what are you whining about?
Listen, all
I
right.
don't know,
If I brought
man.
up the Star War, all right.
Yeah, what about it?
There you go. There you go.
Mark Hamill's birthday was
Glub
today,
Shido, am I
think.
right?
It would
Shit.
it would be like if Glub Shido made the best lightsaber you'd ever use.
He might have. You don't know.
That's a Shido promise. That's his tagline.
The Shido promise, huh? Guaranteed quality every time.
That's the Shido guarantee. All right. Well, what have I been playing? The finals, X Defiant.
Oh, the finals. I forgot about that.
The final. You
You
forgot about
already
half of
said
your
that.
games.
Yeah, I know.
And
I'm
Splitgate. I've just been shooting.
Boy, you're just
Stupid.
you're really just kind of in one lane, huh?
Listen, at least I am one of the hosts of a podcast where I'm trying to fix that. I play lots of games that aren't shooters. Just so happens that my favorite are shooters. My number one game ever is Spyro 2. Come on. Now I have the song to glimmer in my head. Oh shit. All right. Oh, it's been 3 weeks since last time we did this. My brain. I think it's news time. Oh shit! It's the news.
Been 3 weeks since you talked to me.
What? I really want Fancy. You're a sound designer. Maybe you can help me with this. I really want a thing where when I yell, "Oh shit! It's the news," you hear knocks, and then someone busts down a door, and then it's just like a rip-off news theme. That's what I mean.
So you want a soundboard?
Yeah. Not even a soundboard, just that one sound that I can play in OBS. Because that's the only
open up.
kind of.
That's
but
immediately what I thought.
Just a knock sound, and I yell, "Oh shit! It's the news," and then it's the thing.
Have it be like a really like realistic sounding knock, so everybody has to like look around after they hear it.
I hate those.
No, I hate those.
I love that idea.
It's news time. You know what? Let's spin the wheel again. Except I'm not going to put me on it.
the wheel.
Wait, are we spinning the wheel before we know what everyone's subjects are?
Yeah, to see who's going to go first.
Oh.
I do this all the time. What do you?
Yeah,
thought,
this is like the normal. This is like the normal.
I thought you only spun the wheel to decide.
Listen, so I switch it. Listen. I like to spin the wheel. All right, what's wrong?
I think it's called an addiction. We gotta have an intervention.
Let's go gambling.
So, are you saying I shouldn't use the wheel?
I'm not saying that.
Well, it sounds like you don't like the
points to
wheel. What if I told you that the wheel chose you?
Dusty,
I mean, cool.
we get 2 points for the wheel.
The wheel gets 2 points.
Yeah. So if the wheel chose me, then I will tell you the title of my article.
Do it.
I'm
Nearly
prepared for
three
it to pick everyone but me.
Nearly 3 years after starting Pokemon Sapphire, the mathematical concept of pi has a level 88 septile, but still can't escape the starting town.
What?
I'm not smart enough to understand it. How
I
do
don't
I
get it
even write
either.
that down? I'll just put Pokemon. If you get,
I absolutely want to hear this.
I mean,
I
usually,
might piggyback off of you just to hear that.
well, see,
do
in the
it.
last couple episodes, we've done the person gets chosen gets the points, but then we do a quick rundown of all of ours. So you'll probably hear it anyway.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. I like how piggybacking's just gone away. It's just someone will get points and then the rest of us will say our news anyway. Listen, that's the podcast is evolving. We're settling in. It's a good thing. It's a good thing.
Based.
All right. Fancy news.
Hey,
I
yeah.
have two. Both are short.
Well, high heels.
What?
What? Bruh.
If they're short, put them in high heels.
Okay, I'll put this one since it won't directly spoil it. Assassin's Creed Shadow, whatever it's called.
Ooh, I know this one. I'll just put ass. 'Cause it's
I am looking forward to the next Assassin's Creed.
ass.
Oh boy, is there news for you?
I
Or
saw
at least I was.
Fancy.
There might be something funny.
Fancy. I saw this coming, and I'll talk about it when we get to you. But I saw this coming because I have my
Are we thinking of the same thing?
I have my finger on the pulse of the people.
It might be. I just saw it today, so
It was officially announced today, but I saw it coming ahead of time because I have my thumb on the pulse of the people.
okay, whatever.
Elaine, what's your news?
I'm gonna piggyback off of Love.
Oh, a piggyback.
I could brain rot about Dragon Age Veilguard, but I'm not going to subject you guys to that.
More. So times two. Okay, and then mine is. How am I gonna put this? I should make it as gaming related as possible in the headline. Oh fuck. Oh, my brain. What the fuck just happened? My brain is empty. There's not even a box here anymore. Where'd my news go? It's empty. Cards Against Humanity sues Elon Musk.
Oh, I heard about this.
Really?
I
Yeah.
heard about it. I remember.
Yeah, it's only gaming related because of the board game company, but you know what? It's funny. I gotta.
Are they suing him for making too many of their cards a reality?
Oh no.
No.
I don't mean to get too far into this, but Trump is a part of the story as well.
Oh,
Like, this
Oh
is
my god.
this is a whole thing. This was a whole thing everyone thought was done, and then Elon accidentally relit a fire. It's very funny.
Love, I
alright.
bet you're regretting piggybacking off of me now.
I am a little bit. Well, we usually tell all of them. It's just we
Yes.
get to hear this one first.
Yeah, one gets
Probably.
first, and they get a point for it.
Yeah.
All right, actually, you know what? To make this realistic, I'm gonna do it. There we go. Excuse me. Hey, I get a point.
Oh,
Oh,
I
landed on
like
you?
how the wheel just says Elon. That's pretty great. All right, so
Elon's Musk.
the story is
I don't think I've ever won a wheel spin.
long time ago, around like 2017-ish, 2018-ish, when Trump
So
was
back in the day.
back in the day. This time, Pokemon Go was already at its peak, and the big monkey was dead.
Yeah, it was.
He died a long time before that, I think. Didn't
No, it
he?
was 2016. The joke is
Was it
2016.
2016? Oh,
Yeah,
fuck.
2016 was the end of time. The last thing
20
all humans agreed on was Pokemon Go is good, and the monkey dying would be when the timeline split. And
The
since
Hadron
then, it's just
Collider.
been terrible.
It's like
We're just in the alternate universe where Harambe was killed,
Yeah.
and everything goes downhill from
Yeah.
there.
What? Yeah. That's
Where's
it.
the TVA when we need them?
Oh, you don't want them.
No, evaporate my ass.
But your consciousness.
That's
Speaking of
fine.
Harambe, real quick, did you know I went to the Cincinnati Zoo? They still have a sign up that basically says we're sorry about Harambe.
That's very
They do to this day have a sign that basically is apologizing about Harambe.
They're like German schools teaching World War II. World War One, World War II. We're sorry. World War One, World War
We're
II.
so fucking
We're sorry. All right, so Cards Against Humanity, they do a lot of charity work. Like that's the thing. Their game is like a lot of times it can be like, if you're at a party, this game comes out, it might be time to leave. That doesn't keep me from owning it though. Just everyone has to be in the mood on the right wavelength for this game to be funny.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it just gets like weirdly political and shit. It's not great.
Yeah.
But they're super like with it. They've removed a lot of cards that have not aged well and stuff. Anyway, they're like a surprisingly okay company, and they do a lot of charity work. And one thing they did was when Trump was at the height of "I'm going to build the wall," they bought land on the Mexican-Texas border and said, and just to make it as annoying as possible for that to happen. And that's why they own the property. That is it. Flash forward to now. Right? So the community pitched in money for this to happen, right?
Yeah.
So now, fast forward, we have Elon owes me $100. Hashtag. And this is because around the same area, Elon also bought a bunch of property to use as storage and building sites for like SpaceX and stuff. A lot of that stuff has ended up and destroying their property.
Oh boy.
So they've taken the opportunity to be like, we're suing you for this much. It is enough to give all of the original people who helped us buy this land $100. And we are suing you for destroying our
God.
property.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, it's a pretty fucked up thing
Yeah.
to do. Is destroy somebody else's
The reason why I really wanted to share it though is they also have a second deal on paper. It is you pay the money enough to give everyone who helped buy the land $100, or you could give us Twitter.com.
Dude, okay, but if he does it, if he gives them
if he
Twitter,
does
it would
that.
make the site significantly better so fast.
So that's the thing. They specifically call it Twitter.com and not X. So I think they're more going for like the rights to Twitter.
I mean,
it's
if they
X
take
now.
the rights to that would be.
But they could just
Okay.
remake Twitter, and that'd be
I was gonna say
hilarious.
the power move at that point would be to literally remake Twitter.
Yeah. Yeah, it'd be funny. Just buy the rights and all of the IP and links for Twitter and just Anyway, that was I saw that news. I was like, holy shit, that is hilarious.
That is
Because
amazing.
everyone forgot about this land. They just had this land. And next thing they know, they're like, Elon has destroyed our land. We could use this.
We could make a religion out of this.
I love seeing the legal system get used against the rich.
It is very funny. I genuinely hope that Elon just gives them the rights to Twitter.com. That would be so fucking funny.
Yeah.
They pry it out of his cold hands.
Yeah. It's very funny. They're like, we had this beautiful land that we just had. Look what he did to it. And like straight up, you look at the photos, he destroyed the land. And like he actually fucked it up. But what's funny is absolutely, Elon. Elon probably loves this fucking game. This has to hurt. Knowing
has to hurt,
Elon's
yeah.
type of humor, he loves this
Yeah.
game. And now they're suing him because he didn't know they
It
were
is-
neighbors.
It is so funny to me that all of the worst images of Elon Musk are like current day Elon Musk. You know,
Yes.
it's got to feel bad. that everybody makes fun of how he looks now because they used to like love him. They used to like worship him.
Like, I mean, look at the current photo of him, and then look at just like a year and a half ago when he did the "let that sink in" joke when he first bought
Mhm.
Twitter. What happened to him?
I don't know. People say
Maybe
hate
the
memes as a
maybe the
person. I think it's
racist
true.
mold got to him too.
I think what happened. I think he's taking steroids, but he's not working out.
Could be.
Really?
I think
Well,
that's
he is
I
on
think that's
ketamine.
what's happened.
Like we know for a fact he's on ketamine.
Because
from what I
he's
remember.
like weirdly square now. His like it's so weird.
He
So
and Joanne both have been aging.
I have something very off topic, but I feel like I want to share it real quick.
Hey, this is the off topic podcast. It's fine.
Yeah,
That's probably an actual podcast. I don't know.
probably. I figured out where the muscle used to make my big toe curl is on
What?
the back of my ankle.
You didn't know how to curl your big toe?
Well, no, so I found a spot where if I apply pressure there on my ankle, it curls the toe without me actually doing anything.
Oh, you found it so you can
I found
activate
the
it even
muscle.
without activating it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I used to when I was like a teenager, I used to get fascinated by doing that shit with my hands because I was just like trailing the muscles up, the ligaments up to see how far up they went, just to see if I could bend my finger by just pressing on my elbow, and I got pretty close to that.
I sent a picture of their property.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Oh, where'd you send that?
Images on our Discord server.
Discord.
collecting dust.
Discord.
Oh yeah, that shit's destroyed.
Yeah.
None
No,
of that
like-
stuff or that equipment is Cards Against Humanities.
Yeah, none of that stuff is theirs. It's all Elon's.
Oh,
God.
they're eating him in court. They're devouring him in court. This is so. What's a good way of putting this? There is like no excuse for this even. Like, what is their excuse? Oh, we didn't know it was owned land. My brother in Christ, it is land outside of your property zone. Of course, it's owned. It's. I have to imagine that the southern border of Texas is probably one of the most owned properties in the United States. Like if the entirety of the southern border is a place that so many people have a vested interest in. Of course, everybody owns a chunk there.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's like California beaches. It's like, yeah, everybody has like a vested interest in these areas. Of course, pretty much everybody owns places there.
Yeah, I
It's
love.
a good thing that Oregon did, which is make it to where that you can't own the beaches.
I love that there's straight up like a porta potty and stuff. Like workers are
Yep.
spending time here. The
Yes.
pipes are on outdoor shelves. Like they've set up. This isn't like I guarantee they just have so much land that they actually thought this was theirs.
Probably.
Because it's been years, it sounds like just someone at Cards Against Humanity was like, we should probably check up on that property. It's been like 5 years. And then they come and see this and like, our land. Wait,
Our land!
whose shit is
No!
this? It's
Well, 'cause, like,
Elon's.
Was the plan literally just to have that land be empty on purpose?
Yeah,
Like,
to,
that's
to,
what it
to
seems
stop
like.
the wall. It was literally just to be as annoying to Trump as possible. Like they even thought like they didn't think it would actually like stall it or anything. They were just like, we're going to make the bureaucracy of this as stupid as possible to waste his time.
Yes.
And then
Because
things
the
happened.
government can just step in and be like, no, we're actually giving you money for this land and you don't get to own it anymore. You have this long to vacate.
Yes,
But
so
like
that was
but they
basically
have
the
to like
plan.
do a lot of paperwork for that shit.
Yeah, but you know, hindsight now we know that the wall just really didn't go anywhere. It's just a stretch of brick and then it just stops.
Yeah.
It's just like a mile long or something. It's probably longer than that, but it didn't get very far. And yeah, it sounds like they just went to check up on it after a while and they were like, what?
I remember people saying
SpaceX
that
is here.
at a certain point, it is actually more expensive to stop building the wall now because they would have to pay off like all the workers. They would still have to pay the workers.
I rarely do this, but I'm gonna put this photo on the screen. Just I think it's really impressive of how set up they are on not their property. Right? Like when I first heard this story, I thought like, oh, they probably just dumped trash or something. And then I
No,
saw
It
these,
looks
they're
I'm
like
like
a whole
full on-
construction zone.
this is a
It looks like
construction
they're
zone.
building things there. Even.
It
It looks-
They're
I mean-
fully squatting.
I mean, look at the building back there. They absolutely built something. This was just land.
Yeah.
They're actually like building storage or something.
They are fully squatting.
it's even funnier to think about like Elon being like, "Fuck, they're building shit there. That's own land." Well, I'll tell them later. Yeah, like I don't want to deal with them right now.
So,
There's
may
the
I
photo,
tell
just really quickly.
you all the story of the math concept Pi playing Pokemon?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like Twitch plays Pokemon kind of thing.
Like Twitch plays Pokemon or the Goldfish plays Pokemon, but it's the mathematical concept Pi. So the entire string of numbers that we've got so far of the 3.14, it's being fed into an emulator playing Pokemon Sapphire where all of the buttons have been assigned a number value 0 through 9. So every second a button gets pushed in accordance with the next digit of Pi.
Oh.
As of the most recent stream this year, by the way, they started in 2021. They have reached a total of hundreds, thousands, 83,685,000 and 85 digits of Pi. In that
Okay.
time, it has only managed to get just outside of Little Root Town a few times. It keeps wandering right back in. It has not done the first gym yet. It does, however, have a level 88 septile because of all the grass it's wandered through. Back in June, it did manage to get the furthest it's ever gone before making its way all the way back to Little Root somehow, being that it made it to the first rival battle with a level 83 septile against a level 5 Torchic.
Yeah.
It obliterated that Pokemon in one move.
Yeah,
By
I
the
would
way,
imagine.
the amount of time that it took to get there is roughly over 20,000 hours.
Oh my god.
This
This
is
is worse
normally
than the
where you
fish.
go 20 minutes into the game, by the way.
Damn.
This is worse than the fish.
And the actual fight took them 12 minutes because it just was fumbling through menus the whole time.
It accidentally finally got to the point where it could choose an attack and it destroyed it finally. But it took 12 minutes to get there.
And then it made its way all the way back to Little Root Town,
Which
preventing
is
it.
basically just holding down, really.
Yeah,
as far
it
as I
managed to
remember.
go
It walked
eventually
straight
more in a
back.
straight line down.
Wow.
The one time it gets a straight line, it just wanders all the way back to the home. I would love to watch, like, it makes it finally past, like, 3 gyms, and then it just starts walking all the way back to Little Root.
You can follow them on Twitch and YouTube, by the way.
I would love to.
I will find you a link to it, love. You
I
can.
would love to. I missed the fish. I can't miss this.
Also,
Yep.
Twitch Plays Pokemon is doing an anniversary event where they're replaying all the games.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Oh.
I don't know if you guys know this, but I was a part of it. Back when
Oh,
they
yeah?
did Gen 3 the first time, I was there.
I remember.
Yeah.
Based.
And then mini piece of news, Space Marine 2 has changed the entire everything around Warhammer.
Well, that's illegal.
Not like lore-wise, but like
This is illegal.
it's the most successful Warhammer video game there's ever been.
Of course.
Also,
Yeah, but there's women. So, you know.
the guy
Oh
well
yeah, I looked at the woke meter. It is considered woke.
the
That's also
guy
funny. All of
um,
the best games are considered woke.
Pokeometer?
So the chief creative officer, Tim Willits, was talking about it. And he won't go into the numbers yet, but he has gone on record to say Space Marine 2 is the fastest selling game he's ever worked on, including all of the Doom, Quake, Wolfenstein, and Rage games id Software ever released. over the 24 years he was with the studio.
Oh.
It also had half the budget of Doom Eternal, which was the last game he worked on for id.
Oh,
And it's outperforming Doom Eternal in every way.
Okay.
Player metrics. I mean, God, it's gorgeous. Anyway, that was all that.
That was a legal move. I can't believe that happened. Imagine just being like, "Oh, by the way, I have more news." Pulls out a list of more news. Damn,
Well, it was just the one part.
it's illegal.
No,
did you know that Poetry Pigeon is woke?
I told you I had two things.
It's
What is Poetry Pigeon?
no?
No, it's my
I'm
news.
looking.
Okay,
I'm looking
sorry.
at the woke detector. It's Lad's turn though.
Tell what your news was. The
Assassin's Creed?
ass. Yeah.
Were you
I am interested
excited
to
for
hear
that
this.
game to come out in November?
I was excited when I saw the promo stuff because
Joke's on you. It's been delayed till February.
I'm okay with that.
Oh, well, I'm never going to play it then. That means it's competing with Monster Hunter.
Oh fuck, you're right. Oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
You know what else is competing with Monster Hunter?
Uh,
Why am I forgetting the name of the game? The robot dinosaur Sony
Horizon?
Horizon
they're making
remastered.
another Horizon?
No, they're remastering
Yeah,
the
they're-
first
they're
one.
Oh, yeah,
remastering.
no, that's toast.
Yeah.
That
It's
game
so funny. Well, here's the thing. Horizon is one of those games where it's actually like way more popular than people like to.
Oh,
point
no,
out.
it's
more
popular?
Yeah.
than Bloodborne even, but
But
it's like
love.
yeah.
That's a remaster of the first game going against what is
Oh.
potentially the greatest Monster Hunter that
No,
will ever release.
I messed
True.
it up. That is not the game it's releasing at the same time as.
Oh,
Oh,
I was
okay.
gonna say
It's
the
releasing
Horizon
it's
remaster
releasing the
comes out
same
in
day as
October.
Veilguard. It's fucked a different way.
Oh fuck! February's gonna be so stacked. It's gonna be so stacked. I
Oh.
genuinely I need to get a job before February. That's just what's gotta happen.
Yeah, I forget when
need
Veilguard's coming out. I don't know if
$180
that's. I
before
don't know if
February.
that's. I don't know if Veilguard is February. But it's that game is coming out the same day as that, not Monster Hunter.
Oh,
I will say again, I am super looking forward to Dragon Age Veilguard because Dragon Age is really good. I love that universe and I want to play more of it.
No, it's also coming out the same year as the new Ghost of Tsushima sequel that just got
Yeah,
announced.
next year might be pretty stacked for gaming.
It's looking like it.
Like honestly,
If GTA 6 comes
was
out
it
next year like it's
2023?
supposed to, holy shit.
Was it 2023 that Baldur's Gate 3 came out?
Yeah,
finally?
2023 was a good year.
2023
Yeah.
was a great year for gaming, yeah.
Yeah, I saw it. I knew it was going to be delayed because if you paid attention to a bunch of the gaming journalists' websites and stuff, like 2 or 3 days ago, all of a sudden they're like, "So, just a heads up, everyone. We don't know why, but for some reason, Ubisoft just canceled all of the previews for Assassin's Creed Shadows." And it was like, "Oh, it's being pushed back then."
Okay, but you know what? Like an Assassin's Creed game where they actually put some fucking time into it. Because that's been like the number one complaint is those games have struggled to cook because they've been getting like the Call of Duty dev cycle.
They haven't been the Call of Duty cycle for years.
No, they haven't.
The last few games have also barely been Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, because Origins and what's the
Odyssey?
Roman one? Odyssey, yeah.
Odyssey's
Origins
great.
and Odyssey are very different games than like because the last Assassin's Creed game I played was Assassin's Creed 2.
I own that. It's
Black
in my
Flag's a
hands
good
right
game.
now. Believe it or not.
Black Flag was pretty good, I've heard, but I've never actually played it.
Assassin's Creed is on the list for this podcast on mine. I haven't played
one?
a
First one?
yeah, I haven't played a single Assassin's Creed. I've never touched the
Play the
series.
second one instead.
Play the second one instead of the
I
first
ha-
one.
So I've told Wulfryk this. I went
can
and
have
I
the
went
Ezio
to buy
clip.
the first 4 because I've heard like those are like top tier, the first 4.
Yeah.
Yes.
I had Black Flag in my hand and the case was destroyed. So I just reached up and
Oh.
grabbed one that was behind it. That was not Black Flag. So now on my
I remember people
shelf.
saying Assassin's Creed 3 was mid, but honestly, I think they're coping.
So now on my shelf I have Assassin's Creed 1, 2, 3, and a Brotherhood.
Oof.
It's like I still need to get 4. Shit. I also recently got Heavy Rain for the podcast.
Oh God.
Oh my! You know what? If I get my PS Plus, I got Heavy Rain as a PS Plus game. So, if I get PS Plus again, I would
Oh, no,
absolutely
it's
be able to
Jason,
play
not
that.
Sean. What game is Sean?
It's both. It's both.
It's both. It is
Is
both
it?
of them.
It's both.
Yes. So Jason is what is meant to happen. Jason is when your son Jason disappears. But later in the game, a character named Sean also disappears. But the game can glitch out at that point, allowing you to just yell Sean.
Oh,
Yes.
And it
that's
allows you sometimes to yell Sean during cutscenes. So you just hear in the background, Sean.
It is one of the funniest things where he's getting his ass beat, and you hear Sean, Sean, Sean,
Yeah.
Sean.
Yeah, it's both yelling memes, same
Sean!
game. One is meant to happen, but it's just funny, and then the other one is the game can break and be very.
But
funny.
and I think with the Sean name, you are supposed to be able to yell it like once.
Yes, you're not supposed to repeat it, but it can break to the
Yeah.
point where you can repeat it
If you
as
just
much as you
spam
want.
A, which is the Sean button, it just keeps going. If you just spam the button,
Yeah, you're. I believe you're only supposed to yell it like once or twice, but
the
it
only
can break.
Telltale games I remember ever playing are Life is Strange and Until Dawn.
You keep doing this. I'm going to stab.
Heavy Rain is not.
Those aren't Telltale.
Yeah,
games.
I know. That's
They're
what I was
the
getting
same
to.
type.
That
They're the
this-
same type of game.
That you're like a grandma who says the Nintendo and it's like an Xbox.
But it's
Yeah.
like I you know what's funny about that whole thing is like I forget that Life is Strange is a fucking Square Enix game because it has the writing quality of a Telltale game.
Yeah, you forgot the didn't you play the Wolf one, the Wolf Among Us or whatever?
That one's Telltale.
I
That
That
haven't
one's
watched
Telltale.
that one. That one is
Ah.
actually Telltale. Yeah.
How dare you? David Cage is a god among men, and you should respect him.
Is he?
No. He has a
Okay,
Star
to
Wars
be
game
fair-
coming out. What the hell?
Oh.
It's funny though. It's like I didn't actually mind Life is Strange until the
Oh, yeah,
last
Quantic
decision. Where I was
Dream.
like, fuck this game.
Yeah.
This
The director's name is David Cage, and he's very cringe.
He's a little bit. Isn't he
They are
also who
making a
made
Star
Detroit
Wars
Become
game?
Human?
Yeah, it's like
That
Star
got
Wars.
announced like 2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah, it's like Star Wars Eclipse or something like that. Yeah. Yeah, it's been.
I hope
it's been a
it's
couple
just
years.
as campy as every Telltale game.
If it again not Telltale, but if I don't get to be a Wookiee in that game and get to just howl at everyone,
You get a Sean button, but you just.
It's the same voice actor as the main character in the game, but it's also in the same universe as the Christmas. So he's just a Wookiee and a normal human voice yelling "Stinky."
Hey, Stinky.
it's the same voice actor, but he's just gargling water aggressively.
Oh. Elaine, your news.
I don't have. I was
Oh yeah,
just gonna like.
you doubled up
Yeah,
on
I
the
piggyback.
Pokemon.
I could brain rot about Veilguard if you want.
No.
Pokemon. Nope, you
Man,
don't.
lad, you're really rushing us.
Listen,
You're
no,
harshing my
no,
vibe.
I agree. You chose your casket awaits. You said no news, Pokemon. So you have nothing. I'm sorry.
I don't know. The wheel feels kind of biased
got
today. I mean, the creator of the wheel, who rolls the wheel,
The,
getting
the very
picked by the
first
wheel.
spin chose you. What are you talking about?
Spinjutsu?
Jujutsu Kaiser.
Your power
Ju-
is
Spinjutsu
great.
Kaisen. Guys,
I'm just picturing imagine a crossover of Jujutsu Kaisen and fucking Ninjago.
I just love the wheelhouse's Pokemon Elon ass Pokemon. This is the best wheel we've ever had.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny that we had Pokemon news without talking about the lawsuit.
It is funny.
My reasoning for not having that news, though, is because we still don't know anything.
We kind of know a little bit. I guess we'll get into it. This is kind of big
We
news.
know it's a patent that
Yes.
they're suing over, but even Pocket Pair has apparently not been told exactly which patent it is. The one that most people are pretty sure it is the patent for capturing a creature with a ball in a 3D space.
Yes.
But you know what's really fucked up if it is that one?
They tried to acquire it way too late.
That patent was filed after Palworld released.
Yeah.
Wait, really?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if that is what they're going for, like, no. And
Yeah,
even
I
if
was
you
gonna
are
say.
granted it, we get grandfathered in. Fuck you.
But here's the problem. One, the lawsuit's taking place in Japan specifically.
Well,
Yeah.
that makes sense because both companies are from Japan.
Yes,
Yes,
well,
and also
also
Japan has a
Japanese
higher
law
rate.
favors the prosecution
Yeah, I was
more
about
than
to
the
say,
defense.
Japanese law almost always favors prosecution.
Because it's a guilty until proven innocent instead of the other way around.
I
but
don't know if it's
also-
specifically that, but it's like they definitely have a culture around that.
But also, Nintendo has never lost a lawsuit in Japan.
Wow.
Yeah,
Well, they're going to.
I
I
hope
fucking
so.
hope so. Yeah.
They're going to. I'm calling it now. This is the Collecting Dust seal of approval. Pocket Pair did nothing wrong. This time.
Yeah, this time.
If Pocket Pair, the company, fucking nukes someone, we did not approve of that. All right.
You know, they've made shovelware in the past, but honestly, having played,
They made
and I was
shovelware
checking in the past,
no.
um,
It's just move on. It's fine.
looking at my actual hours of games I played on Steam, I've put like 50 hours into Palworld, and I can say it's an okay game.
Weak numbers. Raise it. Gotta.
I
gotta
know
get
it's
this-
weak.
Gotta pump it up.
Look, man, I've got 120 hours in Snail Simulator. I just can't devote
I
that kind of time to
have
Palworld.
500 hours in the finals. Let's go.
I have that
Jeez.
many hours in VR chat.
I have almost 900 hours in VR chat.
My most used thing on Steam is fucking Steam avatars for my stream.
Actually, let me open Steam. I think I fucked some up. I have 500 hours in Cyberpunk.
yeah,
I don't know
yeah,
what I have in
I
the
would
finals.
imagine that game is like your Skyrim.
It is. It is. Yeah, I got it mixed up. So now I need to check the finals because I said a thing and I have to say.
You
the
don't
truth.
want to be spreading misinformation.
No,
over the internet.
no one. It's the internet. It's illegal to lie.
Yeah.
Yeah, nobody ever lies on the
Yeah.
internet.
No one ever lies. Believe everything you see and hear.
just like Abraham Lincoln taught us on YouTube.
If you end up on what's the Bedship Heroes YouTube channel, and he tells you straight to your face that Star Wars Acolyte is bad because it's woke, it must be true.
Yeah, it must be.
It's
That
not
totally
because-
couldn't be bad writing. It
It's-
couldn't.
Yeah, it's not because it's
It couldn't
bad.
be.
No, no.
Everything is actually like, you know, when people say everything is political, they mean it in like the most child's version of way.
Oh,
of
hush your
meaning
butt.
What? No, I was going to add the Star Wars thing.
You're sighing a lot. You're on thin ice with me today.
I was
mister.
that. You're on thin.
I have almost 200 hours in the finals. Cyberpunk is the one with 500. I'm sorry, I lied.
I was gonna
RoboCop
say
Rogue
there's
City
a
has
petition
DLC.
going on to bring back the Acolyte for season 2.
Season 2 was canceled.
I know, but that's why there's a petition.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck! They're not. Disney doesn't want to waste any more money. They're not going to do
that.
that. Good riddance.
Yeah,
Soul-
we've
You guys
learned
also
as
play
of
in
today.
single
We've
player.
learned petitions don't work.
Soul fucking
Oh,
was
yeah.
able to hold up 2 metal bridges, but couldn't move one more 80-pound child 3 feet.
No, you couldn't.
God.
It's such a bad show.
He also couldn't wait for the mom to finish her sentence.
I mean,
But she also did a weird demon move.
see, that's
so-
the thing, though. She turned into a demon. Like, I'm on Soul Side there. If you go to cast a spell or something and your mouth lengthens like the mummy from Brendan Fraser's The Mummy, you're the villain. All right? I'm on the other guy's side.
God, that show is so bad.
Oh.
I'm on their side. If your mouth does the extendo thing, no, you're evil. You're evil.
You know the worst part about all this?
Huh.
I hear people talk about it being bad, but none of them ever bring up the actual plot points. It's always just bad takes.
Are we the only two people who are actually like, no, this thing happens and it's stupid?
Yeah, you're the only people I hear talk about that.
That's funny.
Yeah. I knew it was bad, but I did not have anything other than your guys' word to go off of. Because
Yeah.
everyone else is like, man, can you believe there's women in this? And
Oh
it's
my
like,
No, I
no,
watched
it's
the whole
not.
thing, and I'm
The-
never getting that
The
time back.
lesbian witches. The show is bad. It's like, no. It's not because they're lesbian witches. It's because the lesbian witches are terrible characters and they're evil and they're bad.
They're terrible parents.
Yeah, the Jedi are correct. They had
Yeah,
to make
the
a really
the show is supposed to make you think, oh, the Jedi are in the wrong for this, but no, they're really not.
no, like the Jedi. You're like, I'm on the Jedi's side. They did some things wrong, but like they're correct. They wanted to save the children. They had a really good, strong sense that this place was bad. They were correct, by the way. It's like,
You know,
Real shit.
I think the Acolyte does have to get one award for making our resident Star Wars person go, yeah, I watched that and I'm never getting that time back.
yeah,
No, they really did.
it is true. It is true.
They even put Darth Plagueis in a cave, and they were like, well, great.
Yeah.
It makes me think of the one YouTube animator that does the Big Talk Burger stuff. I think it was who
Yes.
did the Darth Sidious meme about how he's like, I got blown out of the ship. I'm just gonna rest here till my
Yeah.
bones heal.
It's
love
a
that
concept
one.
invented by the Jedi.
Yeah,
I
love
don't
that.
even know how to spell it. T E A.
Don't do it.
Dead I am, dead I would like you to be.
I love that animation so
I'm watching that after this.
What's their name again? What's the YouTuber's name so we can shout them out?
I
It's not like they need our help, but like,
think it's Worthy Kids.
yeah, we're the kids.
He also did the Anakin ones, right?
I think so.
Mm,
No.
Or is that someone else?
That's someone else.
Those ones are fine too.
Also, I love that their
It's
profile
Palpatine's
picture on
journey.
YouTube right now, by the way, is just Slimer.
Yes. Dead I am. Dead I would like you to be. Okay, also, since you brought it up, I'm going to look up I think it's Meat Canyon who did the I can't believe I'm a Jedi Master thing.
Yoda, you old sponge. Oh,
Palpatine's Journey. What a good video.
Yeah, it's hard to convince Anakin that he's not a Jedi Master by Meat Canyon.
okay, I wasn't making caring. Oh.
I can't believe I'm a Jedi Master.
That's like back before his animation was complete body horror.
Yeah.
Well, it still kind of was, but it wasn't quite to the degree.
Well, the
that
characters
it is
were all
now.
weird looking, but it wasn't.
Yeah, they were all just like really obscene caricatures, but then they went real hard.
This was before Meat Canyon really put the meat in the animations.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Have you
before they
seen the
put the
latest
meat in
one
the
that he did
canyon.
for Nikocado returning?
No.
Oh.
Yeah, I did.
He like rises from the sludge and his fat arm like sloughs off, and there's a skinny arm underneath. And
no,
he's
yeah, he
looking at
peels
it.
off all the fat. Which...
I love
Ugh.
Meat Canyon so much. Oh my god! I just look at the thumbnail. Oh. I think about, by the way, the funniest thing to me is with Meat Canyon is that they got copyright struck by Warner Bros on the Bugs Bunny video, which means it is now canon that Bugs Bunny is a struggling rapist.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunate.
It is canon. It is real. This is why
Yeah,
you
they
don't
talked about that at
copyright, kid.
the video they did of his funeral,
Mhm.
where I think it was Ed talking about it.
Oh yeah, yeah, it was Ed from Ed, Ed and Eddie. He was a good man. Give him like a really deep voice.
I'm gonna watch some YouTube animation after this. I'm gonna watch a lot of it. I'm gonna binge that shit.
Oh no! I just
If you like
Oh,
Meat Canyon, just
no.
really quickly, I'm gonna shout out a podcast.
He's
Yeah.
got
Do
a
you watch
podcast.
Creepcast?
No, but I know
That
that's his.
It is Wendigoon and Papa Meat Canyon.
Papa
And-
Meat is what he goes by on Twitter, right?
Probably, I think so. But yeah, it's the two of them going over and reading and reacting to like classic internet horror stories. So like
Oh.
so it's really interesting. The two of them going over like this. They read Jeff the Killer, and the whole time they're just cringing because it's written terribly. But then they read
Well,
a
yeah,
random one, and they're like, "This is like surprisingly good. What the hell? This is actually scary."
There was a YouTuber I watched. I haven't watched his content in a while. His name is John Wolf. He does a lot of horror content, and one of his memes on his channel is he'll play Jeff the Killer games because they're so fucking bad.
Everything,
Like people have to pay him to play these games.
yeah, everything about that is bad. There hasn't been a single good Jeff the Killer
you
thing.
guys.
I'm gonna Jeff the Kill you.
The most interesting thing about Jeff the Killer is that no one knows where the original photo was published, and they're trying to find it. They want to
Yeah.
see who originally posted it.
I think it's interesting too because like Jeff the Killer was one of those things where like the aesthetic of Jeff the Killer could actually be useful, but it's like because that face has been used for so many god awful stories in games, there's just no making it scary anymore. The second you put Jeff the Killer on anything, it's a meme now.
Yeah.
Like it could have been kind of frightening, but now it's just he's basically dog shit Freddy Krueger.
Yeah. Yeah, they've gotten really close. I think the closest photo they found is like they're pretty sure they know around what time it came from, and I think they recently found an image that was posted like a month after that. So they're like, so I think they're getting close to possibly finding who posted it originally.
The worst thing I ever did as a teenager was for one Halloween, we had we could go to school in our costumes, and I showed up in school as Jeff the Killer.
Why would you
I think
do that?
the edgiest costume I ever showed up as
Jeez.
was the dude from what's the game called?
Watch Dogs?
Watch Dogs.
Oh no.
Aiden Pierce. I showed up with a baseball cap, a bandana around my face, a trench coat, and like a cell phone. I'm just walking around staring at that all day. I don't know how they let me get away with that.
When I was little, I did the classic accidental racism.
Oh no.
It's not like blackface or anything like that, but it was the kid likes a thing, so they go dress as a thing. Don't realize that that's not actually probably a good idea.
What did you do?
I wouldn't straight up dress as like an American Indian, like full on
no.
a chief.
I'm
I
gonna
had
have to
dress-
You have a
revoke your
headdress?
native
I
pass.
did.
Oh no!
I to this day really love them. However, now I know if like a child went to me like, I want to dress up as like American Indian, I'm like, don't do it. You don't want to.
Don't do it, kid.
Don't do it.
You'll end up like me.
Don't do it. Now,
Gay.
yeah, like I'm super into them to this day. I think it's super cool. We are like we're all from an area that has super near an area that has a one of the few teams that's allowed to have Indian in its sports names.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
That
But
makes
yeah.
me think of the Native American guy wearing a shirt that says Caucasians on it, and it says, "Don't get mad. He's just supporting his favorite team."
yeah, my
In reference to the Redskins sports team. I don't actually know what sport they were. I don't watch sports.
the high school my dad
Sports
went
ball.
Sports ball.
to has been the Indians forever.
Yeah,
Oh.
they had to ask a tribe about keeping the
Yeah,
name.
they got away with it because so this is the smallish town of Malala, Oregon. They still have the name. They realized, okay, this might not be the greatest thing that we've used the name Malala Indians, but the Malala Indians merged with another tribe, and that tribe is still around, which means there are people who are, technically Malala
Who can
Indians still
ask.
around right now. So they just went up and asked, and they were like, "Yeah, no, we don't actually have a problem with the team name or anything. The problem we have is your mascot is a chief in a headdress. That's the
Yeah.
problem we have with." So they made it more like a. They don't really have a mascot anymore, and the logo is like wilderness. It's trees, a bear, and a fox. Right? It's like
That's
just
nice
the
of them, though.
wilderness and that kind of stuff. But they are still the Malala Indians because they got permission.
Yeah, they
They-
got permission.
yeah.
That's based.
Yeah,
That's super fucking based.
but yeah, when I was little, I went dressed up as a Indian chief, just nondescript, super basic Indian, and probably wasn't a great idea. However, this was young enough that it's one of those things where you look at it now and you're like, oh no, I didn't get one bad thing said to me as a kid. Like, at this point, 20 years ago wasn't necessarily a problem. It's just looking back at it now, it's like, I don't know about that one. Fucking shit. That's as for like the edgiest, I went as the jigsaw puppet from Saw. I got a trike and everything because I found the mask, and at that point I knew what it is because my dad loves that series. So I was like, I'm gonna do it. So that one, like, I actually had a little black vet suit and everything, and yeah, that one was actually fun. One year I went as Stewie Griffin, but that's a different story.
Did you have
wanna
a
point out-
football-sized head?
I did. I found a mask. I found a costume for it. It was a shitty store-bought costume.
I think one of my cousins for Halloween had a fat suit and went to Halloween as Paul Blart. So,
Hell yeah. And if anyone wants to make a homemade Stewie costume, I'll just put it this way. Stewie's head is surprisingly shaped like those really oval Thanksgiving paper plates. Use one of those. You're welcome. You are welcome. Put some ears on the sides, and there you go. All right, we're way off topic.
Is this the end of the news?
We've just been talking about Halloween and Indians.
I mean,
and
Halloween
shit.
is coming up here soon.
It is.
September.
I'm thinking of going this year as a finals medium because I found
You
on
could wear
Etsy-
literally anything and be that, though. That's
Well,
the
see,
only
that's the
downside.
thing. The reason why I'm thinking of doing it is because on Etsy I found someone who 3D modeled the healing gun, and they have it up for a 3D printing project.
I would
So
I
could
would
3D print
love
that.
to see like you dressed up as the medium standing in a pose with other people who are in their costumes, but what you need to do is always remain in like a pose that you would be in game.
What I
Like
want,
be stanced up as if you're literally the character.
what I want to do. I thought of this. I don't know how I'd be able to do it, but you know what I really want to do? I want to 3D print the healing gun and then embed inside of it a broken down but still working elephant.
Oh, no.
So when I turned it on, the blue beam would come out, but it'd be the elephant's trunk.
So, if I were to do that, I have a hard time because my physical width is a heavy, but my height is a light.
Okay, it is very funny when you have like one light on your team and they look like a child because of how small they are.
Yeah, in real life, I am probably I'm like right in the middle between a medium and a heavy. I'm like not tall enough, but I'm
I think I'm like
also
right in the middle. between,
heavier
like,
set, so I'm in this weird middle ground.
mhm. I'm probably a little bit too tall to just be a light. But I'm too thin to be a medium.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm a really big medium or a really small heavy.
Anyway,
All right. You know who I'm gonna go dressed as Halloween? That's a sentence.
Well, yeah.
You know,
Bayonetta.
let me just rephrase. Let me just. I want to really make you realize what the hell I just said. Do you know who I'm going to dress as Halloween?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is what I said. And
Yeah,
yes,
I get what you mean.
you yeah, but it's not right.
Fuck you. Who cares?
I'm an idiot. And yes, it's Bayonetta.
Yes.
I'm going to wear a thong.
She's not even wearing that though.
No,
Like,
she's
they
not.
don't bring that up.
I'm going to be in the skimmiest outfit I can be. And I'm gonna wheel around with me a wooden horse.
Oh, why the
Bayonetta
horse?
Horse.
I
Okay,
still haven't
but, like,
actually
what
seen
weapon?
that. I should probably.
I've only seen it.
But what
because
weapon are you going to be carrying around? Are you just going to be carrying around the pistols?
I'm going to buy 2 of the shotgun Nerf guns and paint them gold.
Strap them to your ankles.
Yeah.
Okay, but shotgun legs went so hard. I actually do have to ask you guys for what was your favorite weapon in Bayonetta thus far?
The gold shotguns, because that's all I got to.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't like this game. I got nowhere.
Claws.
Lad?
Sword, ninja sword.
Honestly, same. I like the katana most.
Nah,
I-
claws were dope.
I'll be
Claws
honest.
were dope, but I didn't
Claws
get
are
to
too
use them very
slow.
much.
So here's the I did fail to mention this. I did have the katana. I just never got to use it. I gave up.
Oh,
before
actually,
I
you know what?
Could, but I
Best
had it.
weapon? The Angel's Trumpet. That was the best weapon. I wish I could have had that permanently. The little trumpet that fires bombs.
I wish I could pick up their sousaphone instead.
Yeah.
The laser sousaphone goes hard.
So, who recommend? Oh, Wulfryk, you recommended this,
Oh,
right?
yep, that would be me.
Give us. Yeah, you have the reins. This is your podcast now.
Yay, I have the reins. So first thing we're gonna do is talk about I'm kidding.
Hey, hail Satan.
Halo. No,
Oh, I forgot to give everyone a word.
yo, well, I
It's
just
been
said
mine
mine.
Star Wars
It's
and give
been-
me a point.
It's been 3 weeks.
I already said
forgot.
Skyrim.
Fuck.
Like, we've all said our favorite games already. Our
Yeah.
favorite franchises, I mean.
I did say Cyberpunk. I'll just give everyone a point. We all did it. I'll
We
just
all
give
did the
everyone a
thing.
point. We all said our favorite things. I'll remember next.
So Bayonetta. This game was a lot hornier than I thought it was gonna be.
I knew it was gonna be horny.
Well,
I just like
I knew it was gonna be, but I didn't know how much. You know what I mean?
I guess that's fair.
Like I was like, oh yeah, it's gonna be like kind of suggestive. It's gonna be no, it is so much more than that. Starts off with pretty sure it starts off with a guy pissing on a gravestone.
Yep.
Not only that, it starts off with Mr. Forget About It pissing on the grave of the project's director.
Yes.
It's like directed by blank, and then that's the grave that's being pissed on. I have that in my notes. It's like, imagine being so cool and so nonchalant that you're like, we should make the character piss on the grave.
I forgot to take notes. Honestly, I was so enamored by this game that I forgot to take notes.
I don't
This
have a
game
lot of
made me
notes.
more gay. Actually,
Mo-
I am more sapphic than I was before.
I did take notes, but because I didn't get far into the game, I don't have a lot. But I did take some.
I also don't have a lot of notes. Like, I am halfway through the game, and
I made a name. I called it Bread and Butter instead of Bayonetta.
I couldn't think of a funny.
I was
so I
gonna say
broke it down.
this is the first time I couldn't come up with a good name. But the shortly after the grave gets pissed on, angels show
After the
up,
epiphany.
and the priest lady who was doing her thing turns out she's not a priest at all. It's Bayonetta in a habit, and then
Smash.
it gets cut off of her, and she moans with every cut.
So I'm confused. You skipped it. You skipped a lot already.
Did I?
No, he really didn't.
There's the opening
that is
cutscene
literally how
that's
it
like
goes.
black and white with the film. I don't get the film aesthetic in this game.
I don't either. I also don't remember that part.
I think it's
already.
just to
I'll
save on
break it down
animation,
for
to be
you.
fair.
She broke the law by having an unspecific kind of relationship with a light. Is there? And then my next note is there a reason for the camera film aesthetic? And then standing on a falling clock face from a busted tower goes pretty hard.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot about the
Oh, yeah.
prologue fight.
The prologue.
And then the plane is very League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
That's what I was thinking.
And
yeah,
then,
it was pretty ridiculous.
and then Carmen Sandiego killed all those finger hat men. And then the game starts up to where you were.
So after all that, the angels show up. She gets her uniform change.
Yeah, by the way, her clothes are her hair. That's just a
Proceeds
reminder.
to have one of the graves bust open. And the guy just had a pile of fucking guns in it.
Yes.
And he's chucking them at her, and she's breaking all of them.
So I have
Yeah,
a
every
question.
time they break, she goes
Yes.
guns, and he
I-
throws two more.
I'm going to use your notes to ask questions.
Okay. These aren't
Um.
my notes, by the way.
Oh well, you
This
know.
is just the
True.
the
This is just a
breakdown.
breakdown. Well, I'm still going to do it.
Do it.
So we've been shown many times that like when the guy starts throwing guns, they make sure to show that especially the first couple, and then they speed it up because you get it at that point.
Yeah.
That she has to open some sort of a portal to receive it because she's on like some different plane of existence or something.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
in the neutral.
She's
plane.
in Purgatoria.
Yeah. They express
They
this-
explain that when you first get control of her in like the kind of open area where all the
Yeah.
see-through people are walking around.
Yes.
She's like, "Oh, the other people here shouldn't be a problem since I'm in Purgatoria."
Yeah.
But
Yep.
what?
What?
Purgatory.
So like
she's literally in the
I
afterlife.
get that.
Yes.
But even on Earth or whatever,
Yeah.
wherever.
Yeah, Purgatoria overlaps with Earth.
Okay.
It's
okay.
kind of an interesting thing. It doesn't seem like Infernus does the same thing. Like you need portals to go to Infernus.
So like
Yeah.
the reason I'm
Um,
confused especially is because like you said, all other places it's like they're translucent and like kind of wibbly wobbly because they're like they can't really see you, they can only kind of sense you and stuff.
Mhm.
But she's clearly with forget about it. I forget his name. He's just
So-
forget about it.
Well, he wasn't able to see all that. He was like,
Yeah,
just freaking
so-
Yeah,
out.
they show he does.
That is
When-
true. He can't see the angels. That you're right. I'm
Yeah.
just
Yeah, he couldn't
So-
see anything. He was just flipping
because
shit while violence was
she-
happening around him.
She also doesn't go into Purgatoria until she does her little costume change.
that,
so up until that
okay.
point, him and her see each other. Then she does the costume change, and you see the circle go around her, and that's
Oh,
when she transitions over to Purgatoria.
I'm just an idiot.
Transition.
God, thank you for answering. Because this whole time I've been like, I don't get it. Because she's clearly with them, and then all of a sudden she's in another realm, so she has to accept the guns. Like, weren't you just standing next to them?
Yeah.
I missed her stepping into the portal thing. Okay.
And Rodon can see her because he's a demon.
He's a demon.
All
All right. I'm just an idiot who missed that portal. All right, cool. Got it.
So worth noting, this game is a hack and slash.
Yes.
So 90% of the gameplay is the combat,
Yes.
and the combat is very energetic and fun. I had an easier time because of the fact that I was already a Devil May Cry player.
I was
There
gonna
are
say,
differences.
The
for
DMC
sure.
experience helped a lot.
Yeah, the Devil
At
May
least
Cry
early
experience
on.
helped.
I liked the
It
fighting
is very separate.
when the camera was nice.
The camera is the weakest part of this game. It just kind of doesn't always work.
The camera seems to be the thing I'm messing with the most. Bayonetta is fight the camera the game.
Apparently, the second game does it better. I've heard it's buttery smooth compared to this one.
Cool. Maybe one day I'll play that one.
But I would also point out, funny thing, I bring up DMC. They take place in the same universe,
Yes.
so worth pointing out. That's very funny.
So, Fat Man gets kidnapped by a bunch of angels he can't see after Bayonetta absolutely violates some angels in a way that would take her to
spanking.
jail.
Quote, do you naughty little angels need a good spanking?
And then she proceeds to line them up in a train and run them with spanking. It's concerning.
Yeah.
To line them up in said train, she has to hip thrust them all up.
Yep.
It's oh my god. Yeah, this game that was the
Game is-
moment. It was it was basically right away. This graveyard fight was really eye-opening to what the game would be. What
Yeah, it
my direct
shattered any illusion of tameness.
my direct next note after the Naughty Angels thing is clearly the closer the gun is to the crotch, the better the accuracy. Because in that fight, she could not keep the guns from between her legs. I don't get like
her super wide 90-degree angle stance.
yes.
God,
Weirds
only she
me
could
out
do that
so
too,
much.
because of just
It
how
makes her look like a spider.
it's like how long her fucking legs are.
Yeah, they're twice as long as her torso.
She is about 3/4 leg.
It's true. Saves the Fat Man, crushes his car, makes him drive the crushed car, refuses to compensate him in any way for it. And then as they're driving, the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen plane shows up,
Yep.
and she shunts the car up a building or something to get it out of the way, so she can do the airplane fight before it crashes into everything. Then she gets back in the car.
Yes.
Shortly after that, you're kind of wandering around a city. The laser gate makes you think that you can't proceed any further, but it doesn't actually do anything. Because I also got tricked by that for a minute. I'm like, there's got to be a way to deactivate it. There was not.
The laser gate.
If you remember when you're walking through the train station.
Oh yeah,
there's
that
like
one.
Yeah, I'm like, I can't walk through that, can I? That's gonna do something.
Yeah.
I gotta find a way to turn it off. There was no way to turn it off. You don't walk through it.
No, you just blunder into that shit. Bayonetta is not a very observant person.
Well, also, she gets to the point where there's a locked gate in several places, and she just kicks it open.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Laws do not apply to this woman. Couple of boss fights, you get some records, more flashback. God, I honestly 9 chapters in, it's so hard to remember when everything happens.
I'm not entirely clear on the whole story either, but
You have a couple of fights with the red lady who's got all the same powers as you, kind of.
Yeah, she's effectively this game's Dante, and you are playing Nero.
She teaches you through fighting you and a flashback how to do the witch walk, which is whenever there's a full moon, you can walk on any surface as if it were the floor.
Can we also?
Which does not make the camera harder to control at all.
Definitely not.
nope.
Admittedly, it's funny. I actually have an easier time with that every time, just because I just lock on and stop trying to. Honestly, weirdly, my solution to the camera problem was to just not fuck with the camera ever.
I didn't know the lock-on button was something I had to hold, so I just wasn't able to get it to do anything
I
for
wish
me.
the
Same,
lock-on
I
did
thought it was
actually
toggle.
move your camera.
I also
It should
thought
be
it was
toggle because most other fighting games do toggle.
Yeah, because it wasn't toggle, I just assumed it's broken on PC. And I just,
Same.
I just
Yeah.
gave up and fought the camera.
Yeah. There
And
should have
so-
at least been a toggle option.
Yes, like it's on
Uh,
PC, and you cannot remap keys to the buttons on your mouse. It's like what?
Yeah.
Let's see. You fight her. You fight. I feel like Fairness has fought at one point.
Who's that?
Oh, the dogs.
Yeah,
the
they're like
dog
dog
that
griffin
when it
things with
roars, you
pyramid
can't
heads.
move.
Oh yeah, I fought a couple of those.
Yeah,
Fairness is such
they're
a
called
funny name.
Fairness, by the way.
It's so funny because they are literally some of the most bullshit enemies when you have to fight more than one of them.
Yeah, and at one
Uh,
point they make sure to make you fight two at least in front of.
Did you guys ever
around
get
that-
to fight the flaming angels, like the regular angels, but they're on fire?
Yeah, I don't
Yes.
like
Yeah.
fighting them.
Me neither.
I don't either.
The lava
I also
area was
didn't like that.
bullshit. That's when
Yeah.
I full on started like fully like, oh no, this camera and shit. Because I'm
So
having to
That's
fly
when I
around
started
everywhere.
really getting good at dodging because I would just witch time them to death all the time.
that's the only way I could figure out how to attack them.
I
You
think
know-
that is the only way to
You know
really
how
deal
you
with them.
no, you know how you attack them? You just shoot 'em.
Gun.
Gun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, guns too.
Yeah, I shot
guns
them.
do
You could
so
just
little.
break
It took a
dance
long
on their
time.
asses.
But I just shot them.
I didn't have breakdance yet.
Oh, yeah. The
got that-
only
I got
thing
that
I ever
afterward.
bought was techniques. That's all I ever bought. Because I
But
was like, fuck items. I ain't using this shit.
that lava level was also the first time I got anything below a gold score at the end of a chapter.
I did not get
And that
very
was-
many high scores.
That was
to
the
be fair.
beginning of my all stone rating.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Yep. Me too.
Because it
Way,
only gets
way,
harder from there.
I got primarily bronze.
Wait.
What?
I'm just showing how little I paid attention. You get rankings?
Yeah,
Yeah,
at the
at the
very
end of the
end.
game.
End of every
At the end of
level.
each chapter, it's like, and then a statue floats up, and it's like,
Oh yeah,
If you got-
I'm an idiot. Again, I did notice that. I'm just an idiot.
if you got stone, it's the forget about it guy going, oh, what a day.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I
The
got
statues
the
are him,
stone
yeah.
ranking on the lava one because of the one where you're trying to get off the bridge. I didn't know it'd be a QTE. I figured I would have to try and jump my way to the stairs at the end of the bridge. And so I kept trying to do that because I absolutely had the movement to be able to make it to that. But no, you have to wait for the bridge to fall a certain amount, and then you just jump with a quick time event.
Yes.
So after that, I think you fight the big angel dragon baby face man.
For the first time.
It's really funny because he's like, I have no quarrel with you because you're
Oh, no,
not
you're
the
talking about the
cause of
second
all
time.
this. Yeah, I don't care.
And then
about
you
the first
fuck
time.
his bitch ass.
and then
up.
you just shoot him or throw something at him, and he's
You-
like,
you
okay,
kick a rock at him.
yeah, and he's like, okay, I now have a quarrel with you. And then his boss fight happens, and honestly, I feel bad for ripping off the only good parts of him. The dragon head's awesome.
This
Just
is
cover up that whole baby face with a tabard. Done deal.
this
Pretend it's not there.
is where I stopped playing this boss fight. This is it.
Really?
I made it
You
to the
didn't beat him?
Colosseum. Nope, I made it to the Colosseum. I couldn't figure it out. I'm an idiot. I get that, but holy shit, I could not deal with this game. So by the time I
You
got
shoot
here,
him,
I was
you
very
jump down when
upset.
he's down.
The
Honestly,
solution
his
to everything in the game is just try to dodge it.
his
See,
fight is pretty
Yeah, pretty
obtuse.
I didn't really have that
first.
much of an issue with it. I was having a lot of fun.
It
Well,
seems like every single time I play it, it's different because I'll hit the shoot button, and now for some reason the first thing it does is do the hair fist, and it's like, no, I want to shoot. Right? Like
Maybe
I
your
don't
keyboard
get it.
mappings are weird.
Well,
Because I know you were playing this on keyboard and mouse.
yeah, but like I don't change anything, so why are they changing?
I don't know.
So like it got
So-
to a point where it's like I don't know why my controls are different now. I'm fighting this camera, and the floor is literally lava again, and I'm just dying to the lava.
So,
I gave up.
I had fun with it. I did die the first time I tried it because I didn't explore the arena enough before it turned to lava. There are a couple of those hourglass things which will reverse the arena lavafication and unbreak the platform you were on. And then you use that to dodge and bait him so you can beat him up enough to do like a weird grapple thing.
I got him to do the grapple thing where like one of the dragon heads gets you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I only managed to get him to do that once.
Yeah, as much as those hurt you, they're a good way to damage bosses, I learned.
Yes.
And also any of the grab moves from enemies don't appear to be able to kill you. If that's the only thing an enemy hits you with, you will be stuck at 1 HP, but it won't kill you.
That is unless you're trying to do that thing where you have to kill them in a certain amount of time with a certain amount of attacks. In which case, getting grabbed is an immediate fail.
Yeah, but in the case of like the big fat angels or whatever, they grab you and crush you a bunch. As long as you do whatever the quick time prompt is all the way, you'll do retaliation damage and they won't kill you. After that fight, it is... God, what happens after that?
We just played this game and we're forgetting it.
I didn't actually make it further than this boss. After I finished beating this boss, I was like, I'm satisfied.
There's angel
Oh, so
cars.
you only made it. You only passed me in the fact that you beat the boss I gave up on.
Oh, there's angel car, the
Okay,
motorcycle chase. There's the motorcycle chase too.
But it's worth noting, I was kind of busy this past week, so I only played like one day, and I loved it. So also, can we speaking of things that I love, the music. This game has amazing fucking music. It's great.
Pretty good, dude. Then there was the motorcycle chase, which was janky but pretty fun actually. I like going fast and dodging things, so it worked out.
Speedy.
Also, like 70% of the songs are "Fly Me to the Moon" because
The
they
angels
paid for the
have-
license. They're gonna use the whole license.
There are angels riding on cars throwing stuff at you, and there are angels that just are cars.
Yeah, I don't get the rules for angels. What they can. At first, I was like, okay,
It's
like
the same thing as the demons. I kind of want you to play Devil May Cry now, just so you can understand. It's the same way for demons too. Demons just kind of have like no rules on what a demon is.
yeah, because at first it's like, okay, I get it. It's all like, for the most part, it's all like, okay, they're like kind of humanoid, and the ones that aren't are way more on the joke of like biblically accurate. And
Yeah.
then the wheel ones show up, and I'm like, okay,
God, I
now
fucking hated the wheel ones.
we're clearly in a weird position now. What the fuck
Is
are
there-
these?
Is there a single game where wheel-shaped enemies are like not the worst thing to deal with?
No, I don't
Because there's
think
like
so.
bone wheels from Dark Souls. There's these. There's the big like shredder wheels from Armored Core 6.
Oh my god, I forgot about those.
Yeah, you have to fight like 12 of them to get the Moonlight Greatsword, by the way. Enjoy
Oh.
that.
Oh.
Yeah, it's awful. They also have a flamethrower built into those. I don't know if you knew that. They can like Akira slide at you and shoot fire. But back to the Bayonetta one. Yeah, I think for the most part, if Bayonetta has taught me anything about angels, none of their faces are actually their faces,
It's true.
Yeah.
and they all have too many baby faces.
Cherubs.
Cherries.
Yeah.
They're also all very fleshy underneath.
Oh boy, let's see. The Joy Angels start showing up at that point, and let me tell you, based on their introduction, Joy is not what I would have pegged them as.
Joy.
Yeah.
Oh, I watched the horse thing because I didn't actually get to do that in the game. Yeah, I don't understand why that happens, why that exists.
I know why. It's because this game is freaky.
Yeah. Yeah, I only saw those because somehow, I don't know how, but somehow Google recognized that I was playing it or something, because all of a sudden my YouTube was, oh, Bayonetta, huh?
This game was so many people's sexual awakening, I guarantee.
Probably.
Probably. What was this on? Like the Wii U or something? The Wii? Like what? Oh my god!
What?
This
Oh,
was on
just-
Nintendo.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like
Um,
The
I-
second one was on the Wii U.
you know, that's part of why I thought this game was like gonna be a little more tame than it was, because I was like, oh man, it's on Nintendo. Like I knew it was kind of like I knew it was horny, but I didn't know like, oh, this is downright
Yeah,
scandalous.
it's pretty down bad.
yeah, it was on
it's
the
down
original Wii.
notorious.
The first one isn't even HD.
Oh my gosh.
Like this game actually came out when we were kids, like truly children.
So after that is like some tight corridor fights that I
I was
hated.
11.
There was one more boss fight. This boss is one, enormous, and two, even more obtuse to figure out. He's just time consuming, honestly. He took a while.
Talking about the guy with the gun fingers.
Yeah, gun fingies.
Yeah, I had less of a problem with him than the first one.
He was just time consuming. I couldn't
Yeah.
get him to do the rotations I needed for some of what I had to do, and he's so spongy.
Yeah,
So I'm gonna go through my notes now because that's all the story I remember. Also, a guy named Luca's there and a child.
Yeah, the child. What's up with the child?
So
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't made it that far. I met
I-
them once.
I know the lore of Bayonetta 1 because like a year ago I listened to there's a person on YouTube called like Lady of Lore, I think. She does really good like lore videos about video games that are just like a breakdown of the general story and lore. She great voicing for it. Good scripts. Would you like a spoiler as to who the child is?
Yeah.
Yes, because
I'll
the
be
only
fine with
thing
that.
we really know from how far Elena and I got was baby got sung lullabies in prison.
It's
It was
Bayonetta.
literally "Fly Me to the Moon" by Frank Sinatra again.
Yeah. The child is Bayonetta.
Oh,
but later she's what?
that kind
Bayonetta
of makes
is
sense, I guess.
So Bayonetta was
Time
singing to
protecting
herself?
herself.
Yes. Because
What?
so her dad, so the reason she was ostracized from the witches is her dad was like a
Fucking
priest paladin guy. He was on the side of the angels basically. And so
So she's
he
mixed.
yeah.
Ouch.
Basically him and child Bayonetta were brought to the present, and current Bayonetta was in hibernation under a lake so that she could be here to stop this, but she got amnesia during her hibernation. Those gems that everyone in the game has talked about at this point are basically the eyes of God. And so Bayonetta's dad is trying to use child Bayonetta's power and the eyes of God to become God and reshape the universe.
Oh.
And you try to stop that. And she doesn't find out that child her is her until like the end of the fucking game. So I'm going to go through my notes now. There are two things I hate: cockroaches and crying children.
Oh, I wrote that one down too.
Okay. Intro is immediately into the fray. It's pretty cool, intense, and grabs attention fast. Fat man pisses on a grave. So far, the spectacle of this game makes Devil May Cry look bland by comparison. Guy had a pile of random guns in his coffin. Radon can poof a shovel into existence. By the way, the bullet is modeled in the chamber of the gun. I don't know if you saw that when they did the close-up down the barrel, but there was actually a bullet in there. It was cool.
Awesome.
Bayonetta is an absolute menace. Luca
Yeah.
is interesting. This game's a lot of fun. Not sure if I like it more than DMC5, but it's really fun. Bayonetta is the sassiest bitch.
Yeah.
Bring
She
me enough
really
of
is.
those halos, and I might be able to buy a ticket to space. I always wanted to be a bald space marine.
Oh, there was another reference. I don't remember what it was though.
He makes so many of them.
He makes a lot of references.
I can turn into a panther? Question mark, exclamation point. The camera really feels like my enemy. Fights in tight hallways are the absolute worst. Beat the mini boss 2 different times, no issue, no restart, no heal, no death. Third time in a small space, can't keep him in view, can't keep camera from wigging out. Timing feels off, died 7 times in a row. What the fuck? Finally, oh no, wooden horse, oh no. Boop jiggle.
Did you not come up with a name at all?
No,
I
this is
couldn't
the
think
first
one
time
there.
I couldn't. I feel
Wow.
bad about it.
I couldn't think of one, but I still so I decided to go with the I'll just break down the game that I know so far. So my notes are simply titled Legs, Ass, and Guns.
Yeah.
We already went through the first bit. She broke the law by having an unspecific kind of relationship with the light. Is there a reason the camera film is for the film aesthetic? Standing on a falling clock face from a busted clock tower goes pretty hard. The plane is very leave extraordinary gentlemen. Carmen Sandiego killed those finger hat men. Imagine being the director of a game saying, "We should put my name on a headstone,
Oh.
then have a guy piss on it."
I remember the reference that I remember is him going, "Well, what are you buying?" Heard that in the game once.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's Resident Evil 4.
Yeah. She really called angels just so she could kick their ass. Do you naughty
Yeah.
little angels need a good spanking? She moans when her outfit gets cut off her. I hate this
Mhm.
camera. Clearly, the gun is the closer the gun is to the crotch, the better the accuracy. Shooting angels while pole dancing goes hard as fuck. Actually, forget about it. I hate this camera. Witches fighting angels on the wing of a plane of a crashing plane. Wow, I can't even read. I think the dragon head thing is dumb looking. Bike babe is back. She parked
Mhm.
90 degrees on a wall, laying on the bike.
Yep.
She's surfing the bike, all caps.
Yes! I know the
Yeah.
exact part you're talking about.
I still don't get the film aesthetic. Bayonetta likes plushies. I hate this camera.
Sensing a theme.
The reveal that she killed Luca's dad actually made me laugh because the kid just goes, "Father," and I actually laughed. All caps. That cat has no neck. Oh my god, there are multiple of them. That's when I was sending you photos of those cats I found.
Mm-hmm.
The angels that are wheels are a pain. I don't know how to use the angelic, or I didn't know how to use the angelic IPs until the third one, so he had to keep going back in. So if you,
What?
yeah, so you can keep finding the records, and then you go
Yeah.
into the Hell's Gate. If you go in with multiple, it just keeps looping. So he's like, "Oh, you have an angelic LP. Let me get you that." And then he goes in for a couple minutes, comes out bloody, and he's like, "Here's a thing." And then you equip it, and immediately goes, "Duh, you have another one." And then immediately does the exact same. So he just kept going in, getting his ass beat, and coming back out a couple times.
He's like, "God damn it!"
Exactly. But every single time it resets, so he has no blood. So in the like half a second, it loops over, the blood's gone. So he just keeps going in.
Let me just pop on over to the.
Tropics.
Why do the angels sound like? Oh yeah, I forgot about this. Why do the angels sound like the pterodactyl ghost from James Gunn's Scooby Doo?
They sound like they sound like that one curse from Jujutsu Kaisen before she starts actually speaking English.
And then the last note I took was in the area where you learn about the time travel stuff. I used the hourglass and I was like, wouldn't that reset the rocks that knocked it down? I'm glad that they did because I was going to be mad. Like literally, I was like, wait a minute. I was fully expecting
Yeah,
just the
the
bridge
rocks
to
actually
stay
do
up.
fall again.
Yeah, and then behind me it falls again. I was like, okay, thank God they thought about it. I was going to be very upset.
The game's pretty consistent in its quality.
Is it? Because the camera feels like they forgot about the rocks.
I mean, if your only complaint so far has really been the camera,
The camera keeps me from playing the game. It is a big complaint.
it is a big complaint, but it is the one complaint.
Yeah, well, like maybe if the camera would work, I'd be able to see things. I don't know.
If there was a mod that just makes the camera better, this game would go from like a A to an S immediately.
Yeah. Maybe I'll play the second one. I still want to like the game. I will give the game this. I really do feel like it's not necessarily bad. I really do feel like it's just old at this point. I mean, I was 11 when this
Yeah.
game came out.
Yeah.
So like I'm forgiving it on that. I'm still gonna rate it kind of harshly because I don't like it. However, I do understand that maybe the second and especially the third, which is only 2 years old, they might just be better games. I'm completely willing to play those at some point.
Yeah.
This game's from 2009. Like, come on.
I was 9. I wish that my parents got me this game when I was a kid.
Oh,
It would have changed so much.
Yeah, you'd be very different.
I would be a different person.
Okay, my notes time.
Based.
Fire angels can suck my nards.
Yeah.
Angel dog is hard to dodge.
True.
I
his name
finally
is
figured
Fairness.
out how crafting works.
Just crafting?
I
You can make
knew Dusty was
lollipops.
gonna have not used this feature. Yes, there's crafting.
Oh,
You can
no.
make healing lollipops and
You can make
ones that make
lollipops.
you invulnerable.
You get healing ones that make you invulnerable and ones that buff your strength.
So I knew about like the lollipops and stuff. I didn't know you could make them because I know you could also buy them at the end of like that weird. After every
Yeah,
chapter, there's
yeah,
the
you
red,
collect
green,
thing.
and yellow
green,
materials that you
red,
collect.
and
Those
yellow
you can
orbs.
combine them.
And you
Okay.
can combine them and make lollipops.
Okay, so I recognized that there were things. I didn't recognize the mechanic to put them together. Cool.
Next one. I think Luca is Yuri Lowenthal.
Who's that?
Wait, hold on.
Spider-Man.
Which character?
Luca.
Oh wait, yeah, the one dude. He was like, I could smell you, Bayonetta.
Yeah,
that guy's
that guy.
Yuri Lowenthal. That's fucking Ben 10.
Yeah.
That's the guy whose reveal of their dad
Yeah.
was killed by Bayonetta was very funny to me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Who won the
Father.
lottery? I did.
I have the quote that Knight had about the cockroaches and the babies. The shadow remains cast.
No.
Yes.
For when
The
you
shadow.
respawn.
Hold on. At the same time as the cockroach one, doesn't she also say something along the lines of, "Do you think I'd be interested in having a child?" And then she goes, "But making them help."
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
One time.
What the
yeah.
hell?
So she wouldn't be interested in having a kid,
She's-
but fucking.
Yeah. So
But-
she's down to be pregnant, but then she's going to immediately give up the child.
I think she's more meaning in the case of fucking.
I
think
know.
she's
Yes.
talking
No.
about-
I get it.
I think she's talking about slamming.
She
hams,
is
you know?
talking about the fucking yes.
Completely DTF.
Why
I
are
just-
the? Oh, go ahead.
I just want to know who would even be brave enough to fuck Bayonetta. Bayonetta could probably rip you in half with her legs alone.
Lesbians.
she she clamps a
Her
little too hard.
special
and you're
move is
gelding
literally
now.
called Climax.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
How often do you climax?
Once per boss
I
fight.
was gonna say multiple times a fight, really.
You know what's funny is the two main protagonists of like the fighting game big shots, like Bayonetta and Dante. Both of them are canonically hard as fuck when they're fighting bosses. Like
Yeah.
Bayonetta is moister than an oyster when she's fighting the puppy, as far as I can tell.
Oh my god, I've
Have you never heard that one before?
No.
Oh,
But like if you zoom in, apparently Dante in DMC5 has a straight boner when he's fighting.
Oh my god, moister than an oyster. I'd
you've
never.
really never heard that one before?
No,
Oh man, even I've said that one.
I don't. I've never recognized it be said. I don't know. Maybe I hear your jokes
She's-
just like I see the crafting in Bayonetta.
She is frothing at the gape while she's ripping them apart.
Mm.
Yeah, she carries a wooden horse with her. She's got that on standby behind a portal or something.
Was it wood? It looked metal to me.
I don't know.
No, it's wood.
I
It's
just,
a wooden horse.
It's Chance.
No.
you'd like to be Ted the horse. Don't even lie.
What?
What?
Statue in a keyhole.
I didn't hear
Yes.
any of that.
From who?
She shoots a cherub statue in its pee hole
To make an explosion.
to make an explosion. Angelic cars? Question mark.
Speaking of, I have a question.
What?
Did any of you fail to dodge lightning? Ever?
No.
I
the
knew
two
it.
poster, the two statue thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, it took me a couple minutes to figure out. The very first time, it took me a minute to figure out what they wanted from me.
There's
Yeah.
a note the very first time you see it that tells you to dodge the lightning.
I didn't see
Yeah.
it. I don't know. if you're talking about like the books, I didn't read those.
No, not the books.
Oh, I
The
read
first
a
time
few
you
of them.
touch the statues.
No, the statue is like, God, for art thou whatever the fuck.
I started reading the books until I started realizing that they're saying a bunch of shit that the game has already been telling me.
Yes. But yeah, once I figured out that, oh, I need to dodge the lightning, I didn't miss it.
Dingus.
I thought it was like, I didn't realize it was a dodge. I was like, I need to be hit by the lightning to charge up so I can then somehow run across this water like the Flash. I didn't realize it was, no, you need to dodge it so you enter a witch time. I didn't realize that.
I'm a bit. I mean, witch.
Yeah, I love that achievement. I got that one.
It's very funny.
Yeah, I missed. Yeah, no. The very first time I witnessed that, it was a problem. After that, not at all. Anyway, Fancy, continue with the notes.
Oh,
Sorry
that was
for
it.
interrupting
Just
you. Oh, that was
angelic
it.
cars
Alright.
at the last one.
Cars.
Also, I have an achievement called "You Want to Touch Me."
Mm.
Also, did you guys dodge the runaway streetcar in
Yeah.
Chapter 2?
Yes, I got the
I
achievement
have
for
a
that.
trophy for that.
Yeah.
Dodge
What
the
happens if you
runaway
don't
street
dodge it?
car.
Oh, probably get squished.
Squinch.
Runaway streetcar. I'm thinking.
Just in the nick of time.
It's during when the lava starts to flow down the streets and you're running away from it in like a Crash Bandicoot style. The camera's in front of you and you're running towards whatever the fuck's happening. You can only see
Also,
what's behind you.
There's an achievement that I have that I accidentally got. It's very funny. It's called "Tread Not So Softly." Kill an enemy by jumping on them. You can footstool enemies.
It's a Koopa.
Yeah.
Mario.
You can effectively have, as far as I could tell, you could jump on enemies as much as you want. Like you only
Yeah,
have two
there's
jumps, but you
a-
can jump continuously on enemies, as far as I can tell.
There's a thing about doing that.
There's a thing about it.
It was. I failed it. I don't remember. I know I failed. So all of the like, oh shit, something's flying at you, quick time event. I failed all of those the first time.
Same.
Because they're very quick time events.
Yes.
Well, also the timing on it is very unclear
The-
for me.
There's so many times where it was almost comical because it would be like she in half a second gets ready to swing off of this thing, and because I wasn't ready, she just like falls to her death. It's like-
You get like squished by a giant rock. It's
the,
fine.
the one that made me laugh the most is the second dragon angel head baby head thing, where like it breaks part of a castle off. So you're in the air on the castle on the neck of one of the dragon arm things. There's a quick time event where you either like set up so you launch off of it or you just get blown up. And I missed the first one, so it's very funny as she gets ready to do this cool move, and then it just shows a faraway scene of it blowing up, and then you die. It's just like this comedic shot of just she's getting ready, she's dead.
That reminds me of the Spider-Man one, where he instantly fails the
Oh, yeah.
swing and then
Somebody
falls in the
help me!
fire.
Oh, we're gonna die, and then there's
Oh, we're gonna die.
outside of the building explosion. It's exactly that. Yeah. It's exactly that same timing of, oh, you fucked up. Now here's a different camera angle to show you dying. It's very funny.
You get like 3 angles on this shit.
Yeah, the thing that also made those QuickTime events weird is you get a bonus if you hit them, which means you
Mhm.
guaranteed the bonus because you have to hit it eventually. Like you have to. So it's
Well,
just
you
like
get a higher bonus, I think, if you hit it within a specific timing.
oh, but that might be true, and I'm just a god. Of
You also
hitting it.
get a bonus if you mash the button enough times.
Yeah, if you mash the button during climaxes and stuff, you get more halos.
I am
Climax
so
is
good at
the
that.
punish attacks.
Yeah.
Yeah, anytime you're ripping a piece off of one of the bosses.
Anytime you're ripping a fat one.
Yeah, that too.
I just I
Someone's
just always
chair
use
is
the
doing that,
climax
by
to
the
kill
way.
random aliens, angels. I'd be like, there's a lot of angels. I have a climax. I'm just gonna use it on you, and it just like because it's a normal angel, and I'm using the climax, it just insta kills them basically.
Yeah.
They get
Throwing them into the guillotine and spanking them into the guillotine is the
Yeah.
funniest thing to me.
just kicking them into the Iron Maiden. But because they're weak, it's the Iron Maiden, I think, is supposed to like stay there and they take a little damage and then they get out. But no, every single time they get in there and it's just insta death and it's gone. Because I always use it on little things. It's like I just use it as an area clear of like, all right, let's get rid of some angels.
Yeah, it sounds about right.
Is there anything else about
I
this
can't think of anything
game whose camera
other than the rating.
controls like those really bad top-down RC races in any game ever?
Yeah, I really wish the lock-on was a toggle.
Yes.
Yeah.
What
So
is it with me and playing games that have lock-ons, but the lock-on that never works? Because this is a thing that
I
happened
think-
with Armored Core 6. Wulfryk didn't believe me, but after watching me for a while, you also determined, yeah, the lock-on's fucked. Like
Which
it
is
would
wild because I've played the game on 2 different platforms like 6 times now.
like actually it would just unlock all the time. I'm like, why am I fighting this?
But
I wonder if they
at this point-
updated. Who knows?
should we talk about our rankings? We do numbers now, right?
We do. Yeah, 1 through 10. Anything below a 10, you can have up a decimal up to the 10th place, I guess. People have done it, so I'm allowing it. Which means we technically have like 1 out of 1,000, if you think about it. But it's fine.
It's fine.
Yeah. Since I brought it up, I'll go first. I'll give this game 9.4.
A 9.4.
Wow.
It's pretty high. I enjoyed it a lot. The only complaint is the camera, and that's dropped it from what could have been very easily a very high 9. But no, it's a low 9.
Hold on. I have to do the thing. average.
I really like games. I'm aware of that.
What did I have in the sevens range?
You have in the sevens range Doom, God of War, Dead Cells, Lost Planet, Need for Speed Most Wanted,
Honestly,
Dark
I'd put this
Souls.
at like a 7.5.
The same as Dark Souls.
Yeah.
Cool. Fancy. What do you rate this game?
Yeah, I'm kind of with Elaine on this. The camera was like the main problem I had, and how it started out as being inverted one of the directions.
Yeah,
And it
like
still
the
doesn't
up
work
and
right.
down is inverted.
I'll give it a 8.5.
8 points.
So far, still ranking pretty high,
This is hard.
despite its one major flaw.
This is hard for me. Because I had a terrible time. I
Mhm.
raged the whole time. However, I do have the feeling that it's just an old game. Maybe if I were forced to play this with a fucking Wii motion control, things would make more sense. I have no idea.
I think this is the type of game I would have played with the GameCube controller. To be fair,
So I have the want to go easy on it, but not too easy because I did not enjoy my time. So as much as
it's
as much as I want to give it like a 3, I'm probably gonna give it like a 6, with the idea of hopefully the other two are better, and this is just an old game. So I'm gonna give it a 6. So with
Fair.
all of our ratings, Bayonetta gets an average score of 7.85.
yeah,
Neat.
it's like it'd be like a B tier game.
Uh, it depends.
It's like high C, low B.
I was gonna say, if we're going with like IGN scores or something like that, a 7.85. I mean, I don't even think IGN does points anymore, so that basically be rounded up to an 8, which is pretty good. It's a pretty good score. Like 9 is this blew me away, and 10 is we can't think of a fucking thing wrong with it. Right? Like
Yeah.
when you think of IGN score, 7 to 10, anywhere from 7 and up is pretty damn good. That is a good game. 6 is like there's some things wrong, and then 5 and lower is all right, there's some serious problems. So, you know, the official Collecting Dust podcast take on Bayonetta is pretty good.
I think it's interesting because my approach to ranking is like 9 and 10 are like games that are like 8 and 9 are games that I genuinely had bunches of fun with. 7 is a game where it's like I was not disliking my time playing it, but a situation of being like this game has like some major problems that I am not, I wouldn't play it willingly. 6 and 5 are like these are middle of the road games. I might play them, but like I wouldn't go out of my way to. And then like anything under that is like I'd probably these have like major problems.
Oh, shit, I'm the one who's doing the game next. Fuck.
Yeah, it's your game.
Where's my list of games? Podcast games to recommend. Here we go. Oh, ooh. There's a lot of good games here. There's a lot of games I want to play. Fuck.
Yourself.
What like what are y'all thinking? Like platformer, horror
Oh, I suck.
survival. Wulfryk screams.
I suck at
Wait, what was the
platform.
last one?
Horror survival. I said, and then I
Ooh.
said as Wulfryk screams to himself.
I'm down for that, but I know
I'd
they
kill
won't be.
you.
It's funny. It's like I'm down for horror survival, but love, we cannot subject him to that so soon.
I could do Assassin's Creed, but I don't know how well that runs on PS3 emulation. PS3 emulation is far from perfect.
Are you talking about Assassin's Creed 1? Because if
Yes.
so, I would have to go and buy that one.
It's like $5. I know because I just
Okay.
It's
bought
in
it.
the Ezio collection, I think.
That is true.
Oh, is
You
it
could buy
actually? Hold on,
remastered
wait.
or something. Yeah.
Let me see about this then. Do I have the Ezio collection? I think I have it on PlayStation, right?
That's where I have it.
We could do a PS2 shooter called, like. Why is Signalis on here twice? No. I like that game. But no.
You should pick Signal.
Yeah, you.
What's funny is I put that on there, one, because I really like it, but two, it's one of those games that I love the lore of and everything. I haven't actually beaten it myself yet. I've played a lot. I think I'm in the final chapter, but I haven't finished it.
Preferably something I can, emulate or already own.
You know what? I'm gonna do it. I'm going to recommend a PS2 game. It's very emulatable. Let me make sure I'm getting the details on this correct. No, that's not the gun I thought. What's the game that I was thinking? Because this ain't it. The fuck? Oh, that's the one I was thinking of. I think that's on PS2. Hold on, I'm sorry. Yeah, it's on PS2.
Siphon
this-
Filter.
I
the
almost
Omega
accidentally
strain.
recommended the game Gun. That's not what I was thinking. The game I was thinking of is a game. My brain is melted. Is a game called Black. This is an FPS developed by Criterion. That's right. The people behind Need for Speed and Burnout Paradise.
They made a shooter?
They made a shooter that I believe the quote is, we wanted to do a stylish shooter that does for shooters what Burnout did for racing games.
Oh, should have. I actually know
So
this.
I'm going to tell you this right now. This game, I already know for a fact, based off the very little I know, this game is not at all realistic. Guns do funky shit, but it's all made to look cool. So if you're going, I want realistic guns, you're going to hate it. But if you just want cool animations and satisfying shit, I'm probably going to enjoy it.
Kind of makes me think of the finals in a way.
Oh, it's more so. I straight up think that at one point there's a shotgun that fires like a machine gun or something. Like, it's straight up logic is out the window, but it's fucking cool.
All right. Well, the game is called Black for the PS2.
Yeah, it's on PS2 and the original Xbox, I believe.
Huh.
I own it physically, so I'm gonna play on the PS2.
Well, good for you.
Haha.
Well, you're the one who usually finds our emulators, or our we already have a PS2 emulator, right? So we just need the game, a ROM.
What game did we play?
Yeah, we do have PS2.
I believe you. I just forget what game it would have been that we did PS2.
Haze. No.
No,
No,
Haze
it's
was
PS3.
PS3.
It was Need for
Y'all
Speed.
might have.
Yeah, it was.
Oh
Most
yeah,
Wanted.
Most Wanted. I didn't have that one because yeah. You're right.
So what will we all have?
What?
What?
Dirk said y'all might have.
Oh, I was gonna say y'all might have had it just because I wanted you guys to play more of those games.
Oh,
I forgot that Most Wanted was done on the PS2.
yep.
Yep, that was PS2. I think that was the only PS2 game we've done. Yeah,
Not anymore.
we've done a couple of Game Boys. Yeah. All right. Criterion's Black. I'm excited to play it. I've always wanted to play it. I own it. Gonna play the shit out of it. Hopefully it's good. Like I said,
hope it's good.
Wulfryk, you like guns and them being realistic. Get that out of here. Get that out of here. The guns are cool, and that's all that fucking matters.
Don't worry. I am. Again, I've got a very minuscule history with this game. So I am aware that I am going to be witnessing some fuckery.
But the fuckery is cool. All right, this game is what all the racing games do to me. Where it's like, that doesn't do that. That's this for you. The funny thing is, it's made by the same people.
Realism is not their forte.
It's not. But again, all their games, pretty cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Hey, love, you're a little.
Hmm?
A little crackly there, buddy.
Little popcorn.
I have no idea what causes it. I'm sorry.
Well, we're about to end anyway. It's fine. The aliens are joining this episode. They're beaming down their receiver.
I just played too much
transceiver.
Voices of the Void. I'm sorry. The event's happening.
Oh my god, is that the signal from Signalis? Oh my god.
It's the sound code that turns frogs gay.
Is
Oh,
that
no.
is that the one that opens the owl box?
No, it's the one that shits your pants. I'm playing the brown note, actually.
That doesn't exist. Get
Fuck
fucked.
you.
If it
Eat
I know.
brown.
I know. I tried to find it.
I remember playing pedal note in high school and trying to convince people it was the brown note.
It's
That's silly of you.
Anyway,
how do we play us out?
end
I
it
don't know,
now,
you usually
dumbass.
end it stupid
End
as the
it.
beginning. So.
You lost the game.
Oh, there it goes.
Ooh, music. Why does this feel like a Final Fantasy Tactics battle song?
It's not.
I
This
know
guy's
it's
lost
not,
the game.
but it feels like it could be.
I'm gonna Jeff the kill
Wait.
you.
Hold on. There is Final Fantasy music on here. It's pretty funny. It's like which one is it? It's in the part where it's all rip-off stuff. It's like wait.
Can you make the cat do that one?
There's no part for the cat to sing. There's no vocal to this one.
GoldenEye.
Yeah. Wait, where's that one song for you? You actually know like music. Where's that one that they like straight up just removed one note from to make it their own? Which one was that?
The Christmas one?
Oh, this one.
Smoke on the water, huh?
They like removed a whopping 2 notes. It's like original song. We can show over this.
Smoke on the water.
Do I? So, do I have to question? Has the stream been ended?
No,
Not a stream.
We're just playing the keyboard now.
I was gonna play us out, and then Wulfryk started giving opinions. You know, it's not my
That's
fault.
what I do.
You know who else started
Um,
giving opinions?
I love that there's actual like, just like the Mission Impossible one. There's actual like, copyrighted songs on here, including
Yes.
Mickey Mouse March. Do we want Disney after us? We could do it.
No.
No.
Murky Mouse.
Mickey
I don't
Mouse
wanna-
March is on here.
Actually, I was gonna say something that the
Here we go.
I have
Thank you
Disney
for
already.
coming to Collecting Dust episode 22.
This
Run
song
past
gets oh man, we're canceled now. We're done. We're dead.
Why?
This song gets a Resident Evil streamer shut down because
Really?
in the original Resident Evil, you got to find a piano score and it makes the piano play this song.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Well, I really pushed the buttons today. We'll see if this episode survives. If you heard the pianos, good job. If you didn't hear the pianos, I had to cut that in YouTube Studio. All right, thank you for coming to Collecting Dust episode 22. Join us.
Talk to you later.
Join us later for Black.
Black.
I don't know why I want
Black.
to say it like that. It's all it's in all bold, and it's like I just
Black
need a really
Flash.
Black Lightning.
You've never had Black Lightning.
Quick, before the podcast ends, let's talk about how every black superhero has lightning powers for some reason.
Storm, Black Lightning.
Static Shock.
Yeah.